Hello everyone, this is Kalpana from Invent Model Technology Solutions. Me and my team member Dhiren sir are going to explain today agenda where we have 2 points like what is the use of the index in the cloud SaaS, how we can verify the data load of a file in MDM with all steps. So we have 2 points today. So now we are going to explain the topics. So what is the use of the indexes in the cloud SaaS? Indexes in the Informatica cloud SaaS enhance the data retrieval and search performance by enabling the database to quickly locate specific records without scanning the entire data set. Basically, indexes are used to the data retrieval, enhance the performance as well of the entire data set. They play a crucial role in optimizing query execution, batch job performance, and search operations. So these are the some benefits we have for the indexes in Informatica Cloud SaaS. So now we have some key benefits of indexing in Informatica Cloud SaaS, like enhanced query performance, faster data retrieval. So now I'm going to explain the first one, enhance the query performance. Uh, indexes improve the speed of queries, particularly when filtering data using the where clause. And second point, like they reduce the need for full table scans, allowing the database to access data efficiently. Like it improve the speed of the queries, filtering the data when we use the where clause in SQL. And then we can use here. After that, faster the data retrieval by providing the structure path to locate the records, indexes, and enable the data access. After that, this is especially useful for the large data sets where retrieval speed is critical when we use the indexes. Now move to the next slide. There we have 3 or 4 points more, like optimize the search operations. Indexes help the optimize the search functionality, improving the performance of lookup in the large data sets. It can work as a lookup in the large data sets where we have a huge size of the data sets. So here we can optimize the search operation by the use of search operations. It can custom and system indexes. Like we have 2 kind of indexes, custom indexes and system indexes. So what is custom indexes? Like user can, by the name, we can understand that custom indexes, like user can create indexes on the specific column to enhance the performance for batch jobs and API requests. And system indexes are these which are automatically created for primary keys and unique columns to ensure the data integrity and faster retrieval. Now we have fifth point, like batch job optimization. Informatica Cloud SaaS can drop and recreate the system and custom indexes to optimize the batch job execution. It can optimize the batch job execution. Now we have a 6 point, like indexes for the search and matching. So when using search query as FIP API, FF API, indexing on relevant columns and enhance the search speed. So by these benefits, we can enhance the search speed of the SIF API search queries as well. In MDM SaaS, indexes generate the tokens for records, helping with the match process to identify a duplicate and determine survivorship. So in MDM SaaS, we can also generate the tokens for the records and helping some matching process for the duplicate records. Now we have a second point, like how we can verify the data load of a file in MDM SaaS with the all steps. So I would like to call Dhiren sir who will explain this.
Yeah, thanks, Kalpana. So I'll take the further slides and then I'll try to explain whatever topics and contents we have. Okay. So verifying data load in a MDM SaaS system typically involves several key steps. Each ensures that the data is accurately and fully loaded and that it meets the required quality standards. Here, how we can go about verifying data load in a system. So when we say verifying data load, so basically when we load the data when we load the data, it's our responsibility to check if the loaded data are correctly put into the system and there are like no mismatch and all those things. So to do that, we can follow certain steps so that we don't miss anything, and whatever data we intended to load is loaded accurately. We can see the different process, like we can check the data load status. So in MDM dashboard are monitoring tools. Most MDM SaaS solutions provide a dashboard or monitoring tools, right? Where we can track the status of loaded data. Look for the indicators that show if the load process has completed successfully or if there are any errors, or means whatever records we had in the source file, same is loaded into the target files, and we can even validate the counts, right, from source to target and all these things. And basically in this one, means we go for the status check, and then if there are like success or failure. So second point we can do is second validation we can do is we can check for the validity of a data integrity. So means like in the case of data integrity, we go for three points. Like we can check the data counts, meaning we make sure that the source rows and the target rows are same. Like means if our file or our database table has 10 row, when we check that, we should make sure that the same 10 rows are loaded into the like the MDM says as well. Then we have a data consistency. Now the count only not sufficient because we have a data involved there, so we need to see if the data is consistent, right? It's like the same data is loaded. So this is like data level checks where we check for the consistent data. So it's like in this case, we can check for the duplicates if there are any field missings, or the data got loaded inconsistent, or there are mismatch in the values. So those things we can check, we can compare from the source with the target. Then we need to see if we need to do the data quality check as well. Run data quality reports to ensure that the loaded data adheres to the required standards. These checks can include validation of data types, range, mandatory fields, and so means like the data quality checks, right? Let's say our source has some data types and target is having different types, right? So there will be like misleading. Sometimes these data may get converted or may not fit, or there can be some errors in the calculations and all those things. For those regions, we need to do the data quality check as well. For example, it's like if number is saved in a like character, and we are doing some mathematical operations, right? This will lead to the error and all thing. For that reason, we need to like perform the data quality check as well. Next. So monitor for data availability. So ensure that the data is available to downstream systems or users. This can include checking if the data is accessible by API, if reports are being generated correctly, and if any other applications that depend on this data are functioning as expected. So when we load the data, it's our responsibility that wherever this data is being used, we need to make sure that whether this data is accessible to all those downstream systems. And then we have next check for the data errors and reprocesses. So we need to check for the data errors. So suppose if there are any errors, means like it means it clearly shows that the load process is not done properly. So there are some mistakes or there are some data errors or whatever reasons. So in that case, we have to reprocess those data again so that it is loaded properly. So it's like in case of errors and all, we need to reprocess the data and make sure that this reprocess also is successful, and then we have the data in the target system. So how this reprocess happens? Rerunning the data load process. Means the same process we can rerun again after fixing the problems, whatever we saw in the logs or in monitoring tools, right? And then we need to rerun those jobs so that the data gets reloaded in the system, and then fixing data issues. So suppose means how the jobs fails, there are some problems. So we need to identify that and fix those issues. Next slide. Then we have another point, cross check with source data. We need to ensure that the loaded data is matching with the source data. So we need to truly verify those source data and then make sure that the source data is loaded properly into the target system. Then another point, we have check for a data transformation. So sometime what happens, we transform the data like based on the source data. It's like maybe you perform the lookup, right? Maybe you are getting the department code in the source file, and then now you don't store those department ID in the target system. You store the department name. In that case, means we perform some kind of lookup and then we transform that data to get the actual name, right, by performing lookup or some other means. So those things also we need to verify whether it is loaded properly. Then we have monitor performance and system loads. So means like so loading basically it's not just loading. We need to monitor the performance as well. Meaning the loading process is fast and means system is fast so that the data is available. If there are any problems, means like there are the performance problems and all, we need to highlight so that it can get fixed. And then we have a data reconciliation. So perform data reconciliation by comparing the loaded data with the source system, ensuring that there's no data loss or discrepancy. This is important when dealing with the complex or large data sets. Next slide, please. Then another point, we have verified data in the MDM interfaces. So some means there are some interfaces also used right within the system. We need to review the loaded data in the MDM, like maybe data like in those interfaces, like and like data stewards, business analyst, or pro user interfaces, right? These people also can go and we can request them to verify the data and check if the data appears as expected and properly displayed in the interfaces where it will be consumed. So the conclusion is verify data loaded in the MDM SaaS systems involves checking for successful completions, data consistency and quality, and performing post-load validations, leveraging system logs, automated validation tools, and manual checks ensures data is accurately loaded and aligned with the business need. Next slide. Okay, so we have shown one screenshot which shows the statistics of the loaded data. Here we can see, right, target assets one, then we have input rows two. So in this case we got two input rows and we can see those two input rows are successfully loaded, right? So success rows two, here it is one. And then we don't have any errors here, zero errors shows. And then we have in the last we have success records two. And then you can see here the mapping also. These are the different like steps which was followed during this job. So means like this is one basic example where we are matching the counts also, and apart from this we can follow other steps whatever we discussed in the previous slides to have the complete data in the system. Okay, so that's all from my side.
Thank you, Dhiren sir.